All right. I think we're live. Let me check. I haven't done this in a
It's
while.
always, I know, right?
I have a producer now. I'm big time. I don't have to worry about this shit. Let's see.
Yeah,
I'm just
you'd
kidding.
think.
I'm kidding.
You'd think, right? All the Putin bucks we're getting, you
Right?
know?
I'm so
So,
fancy. I'm so fancy. Okay. Are we live? We are live. All right.
I
I did
think.
it.
Yay.
Okay, friends.
What a day you've had.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start.
I mean,
Okay.
chronologically is probably best.
Oh God. Okay. So chronologically, I had like one of the worst. No, that's an exaggeration. I had a really terrible headache this morning, actually all night, and it
Yeah.
was terrible. And so I missed the lobbying efforts. A bunch of the crew went to Congress, to the Rayburn building, and they were trying to have meetings with staffers. Obviously, Congress is on Easter break or whatever. But they were just going to
Yeah.
go try to talk to speakers and encourage them to sign on to the Dear Colleague letter that Rashida Tlaib put out. So,
Saw that.
which went well. Like from all accounts, they had a very successful meetings with multiple different offices. There's, I think, now 7 signatories on the letter, and they're working on pushing more. So that all went great. I got to the Department of Justice at 2:00 because I was the person who was supposed to be there to make sure the sound guy could set up and all that stuff. Everything went fine. Setup went fine. Weather was great. Everything was beautiful. It was fine. People started showing up. Pretty decent turnout. Again, we had it's a Tuesday. And
Yeah.
also we were very last minute. It was a very last minute event. We didn't get it together really until just a few weeks ago. So it was better than I expected, honestly. I was hoping for, maybe like 25 people. I think there was probably at the peak, there was probably like 75 people there, I would say,
Right.
which is pretty good for a Tuesday and last minute. So I was okay with that. We were scrambling a little bit because we weren't very organized. I didn't have like a set order of speakers, and I was just kind of like walking around like, hey, do you need to leave early, or hey, when do you want to speak, or hey, you know what I mean, like just trying to figure it out on the fly, which is stressful. I don't like doing that, but whatever, we got through
Yeah.
it. Speakers were
It
great,
worked
everything
out.
was fine. Yeah, it was fine. And then I introduced my dear friend Ian Schlackman, who I love and adore, and who was a former Green Party candidate for president. He's also really good friends with Reverend Annie Chambers, who I also adore. And Ian, when I asked Ian when he wanted to speak, he was like, well, if you want, I can just speak. I can say a little something, and then I can introduce Reverend Annie. And I'm like, that's perfect. You know her better than I do. That's great. And he's like, well, do you want to introduce her? And I'm like, no, that's absolutely the way it should happen. You should introduce her. So Ian went up to speak. He was giving this great speech, having, just whatever.
Right before I saw cops show up as well. I don't know when that happened.
Cops are always there.
But
Like we always have, there's
yeah.
always cops there. In fact, when I very first got there to set up, I had one cop approach me and ask me he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm here for a rally. And he was like, oh, right. The, Assange. And he's like, yes. And then also another guy came up later and was like, hey, I'm not trying to rush you or anything. Do you just happen to know what time you're going to be done? And I was like, well, our permit's still 6. So probably about then. We may be done a little early. I don't know. But I mean, they're honestly, as much as we bag on cops, they're always very nice to us. They never give us any issues. They're very polite. They're kind. They don't hassle us. They're fine. So Ian's giving his speech. Everything's going great. It's a great speech, I think. And some guy in the audience gets really pissed and like gets up in Ian's face as he's at the podium, screaming at him.
Ian talking about affirmative action for a bit, right? Like referencing Annie Chambers.
Yeah.
Being like, fuck affirmative action, I think is what was said. And then that guy was like, fuck you. And then that started a whole like back and forth.
Yeah.
Where Reverend Annie Chambers had to roll up and be
God.
like, no.
Superhero on
we ain't
wheels.
Doing
I
this.
love her so much because listen, Ian is like her son. They are very, very close. She loves him, and also she's just a badass. I think she would have done that for literally anybody. But because it was Ian, it was especially like she was especially going to do that. But this guy got up in Ian's face and he was screaming at him and like trying to cause problems. I thought there was going to be a fist. I was distracted. I was talking to somebody else. I think I was trying to figure out the order. I was asking a question about a speaker's name.
You were doing so much. Like,
yeah, I honestly, at these events, I never get to listen to anybody's speeches. I'm constantly running around talking to people, trying to figure out who's going next and what speaker I got to, blah, 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 blah. It's just it's constant chaos for me. There's no like sitting down. There's no like being able to listen. It's like constant motion. So I wasn't really paying attention, and I heard yelling, but it's Ian and it's Annie, and they yell, like they're very passionate people. That's why I love them. They get really excited. And so I didn't really think anything of it. And then finally I turned around and I was like, oh, wait, there's a guy up there. Like, what's this guy doing up there? And he was literally trying to start a fist fight with Ian. And I'm like, okay, no, this is not happening. Like, what is happening? Like, what the fuck? So I go up there and I'm like trying to like calm things down. I don't know what the fuck I think I'm going to do. Right.
Right. I think Annie literally like almost told you to like back up. I got this. Like you're good. Like,
well, because she was worried about me too. She told me afterwards. She's like, I saw you come up there, and she's like, I didn't want you. You don't need to be up there. And I'm like, well, do you? Do you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how she is. She is Mama Bear. So,
yeah. And she gave Ian introduced her right after that.
Yeah.
She gave a fantastic speech.
Yes. As she always does.
Like,
as she always does.
Killed it.
Sleepy's here.
So,
well, that was fun.
Sleepy.
It was not fun, Sleepy Josh.
Jesus Christ. that little fucker there before?
Yeah. No. We haven't. We're just about to get to that point.
No, I haven't.
So who is speaking after Annie Chambers? Who was that guy?
He was the Vietnam dude.
Who was a who?
Right. The Vietnam guy. He did this. He had this anti-nuclear sailboat.
Oh,
right.
Oh, I'm so bad at names, you guys. Hold on. It'll come to me. All
right, I gotta put some headphones on so I don't echo like a motherfucker.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Skip, I think. Hold on. Pasta just left me a voicemail. Sorry, Pasta, if you're watching. I'm okay. I'm fine.
Dude.
All my friends are like, I'm getting text messages.
What happened?
And Twitter DMs like, are you okay? Like, are you? I'm fine.
I was looking for your number. I was like, well, I know I have Misty's number. Where's her number? Like,
yeah.
I'm
rattled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely rattled. But
I would be too.
Yeah, I was like 3 feet from the guy. Okay. Anyways,
Veterans for Peace.
Skip. The Veterans for Peace.
I'm
shit at names. Somebody help me. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Chad will help us. Chad will figure it out for us.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is like I saw a really tiny dick all of a sudden. I'm like, oh god.
Okay, hold on.
And then I see
we're not there yet.
That man was speaking.
Yeah,
that man was speaking. Got pretty much through his whole speech.
Hold on. We're not there yet. So Ian almost gets into this fist fight with this guy. Reverend Annie Chambers runs up on him and is like, I thought she was going to get into a fight. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with that. Finally, because that guy was at the event, like he was an audience member. He was there. He was participating in the event. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. I don't know. I don't think he was with Reverend Chambers, but I know that some of the people who were with Lucy Murphy were talking to him. So I don't know if he was with them. I don't know. I've never seen him before. So he ended up leaving. He was pissed. Honestly, I was worried he was going to come back. I was genuinely concerned for Ian's safety. Okay. So then we get back on track. Everything's going okay. We're going good. We're going to the next speaker. And then suddenly, like I'm standing there and I'm trying to figure out who's going to speak next. And all of a sudden, this guy walks up and stands in front of the podium and he takes his shirt off. And I notice that he has a Free Assange tattoo across his stomach. And I'm like, okay, it's annoying, but he's just coming up to like show off his tattoo. And then he strips his pants off. And then I'm like, I freeze because I'm like, there's a penis. Why is there a penis? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why is there a penis? And then suddenly out of nowhere, there comes this big red bottle. He's got this big red bottle in his hand and he like sprays it all across his chest and then sprays it all across his clothes that are on the ground in front of him. And then I realized, it took me a while. Then I realized he has a lighter and then it clicked what's happening. And I'm like,
yeah,
holy shit.
Look,
this guy's trying to light himself
like,
on
don't
fire.
do it.
If he wanted to light himself on fire, why the fuck did he take off his clothes?
Well,
guess
I mean,
what?
he sprayed himself with stuff too. Yeah,
He's
not rationally thinking, Sleepy. Like he's not like.
I mean,
no,
you
but
know,
I think we don't know who the naked dude was, Mad Crap. I have no idea. I've never seen him before in my life.
No
I've
idea.
Never been to one of our events. I have no idea who he is. I don't know
who
if
was
he
filming?
Really, lots of people.
Sleepy, were you?
Ford Fisher was there. Lots of people were filming.
Who was filming for you guys?
Ford
Fisher.
Ford
Okay.
always does our stuff.
So yeah, like
yeah, Ford ended up leaving the event and going over to film the guy who was getting arrested and taken off to
yeah, someone
get a mental
told him.
health. Yeah.
Like
But okay, so the guy, like, finally it clicks. He's got a lighter, and I realize that this is actually happening, and I like just kind of froze. And thank God for John Kiriakou, who is a hero in more ways than one. Dude, like, didn't hesitate, jumped in there, like, made sure that he couldn't get to the lighter. Suzanne, even my friend Suzanne, who I organized with, she jumped up there and like made sure to kick the lighter away from the guy so he couldn't get to it. And I honestly don't know if he meant, like, he was actually going to light himself on fire, but I do know that he knew for sure either he was going to die or he was going to get arrested, because he left his car like in a place it shouldn't have been, and like it ended up getting towed and all that stuff. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if it was just an infiltrator that was trying to make the event look bad or trying to make Assange supporters look crazy, or I don't know. Or I don't know if he's just a genuinely unwell human being who was like crying out for attention. I don't know, but that was the craziest. Listen, y'all, I've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. I've done a lot of these events. We have never, ever experienced anything like this. The worst we've had is like
at an event that small. Like,
yes,
that's insane.
It was a tiny little event, like seriously tiny, which we knew it was going to be going into it. But the worst we've had is like some random jackass will walk past us as we're at the Department of Justice and be like, Assange is a traitor, and I'm like, he's not American, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy.
Or yelling at Ian. That would be your normal like peak of.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that one though.
I get that one too. I get being upset about that, especially being in the military and blah, blah, blah.
That made more sense. The other, I mean, that definitely killed all of our streams.
What Ian had to say though, because dude, I've heard Reverend Andy say the same shit.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's yelling at Ian, and Ian's about to introduce a literal Black Panther. Maybe calm down and just listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just listen.
So I think that guy was just heated. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was fully expecting Reverend Annie to pull out a fucking knife or something though.
Like drive by him, like
she didn't hesitate.
You know?
She didn't.
No.
She can stand. Reverend Annie can stand up if she needs to.
Yeah.
I feel you.
No, she was. Yeah, she's amazing. But yeah, so that was so that guy got pulled over. They pulled him over to like over by the side of the road. A literal shit ton of cops showed up. There was probably like 12 or 13 cruisers over there. Then they ended up bringing like an ambulance over to take it. They're taking him to get a mental health evaluation. But apparently, so Landon from Fox News was there again. He came to the October event. The only mainstream media guy that shows up. Thank you, Landon. We thanked him while we were there. Thank you, Landon. He's very cute and shy a little bit, but he was very nice, and it was very cool of him to come. He apparently, the guy that was trying to light himself on fire as he was walking up handed his phone, which is why also I don't know if he was actually going to light himself on fire, because why would he care about his phone? But he handed his phone to Landon and was like, hold this for me, and then he went up. So I don't know, it's a little suspicious.
Ford went up to him and asked him if he wanted to say anything. Which after something like that, you definitely have a statement to say.
He didn't want to say anything.
Didn't say anything. Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
You have nothing to say. You have
You just tried to light yourself on fire and you have nothing.
Fire. You have nothing to say. Like weird, that was my thing. Weird. Was like,
guys,
someone would have.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I told Grief before we went live, I have said what the fuck more in the past like 3 hours than I have ever said in my entire life. All I keep saying is just what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, how many ways can I say what the fuck? You know,
she's fuckery.
Oh god. And then that's not even the end of it. Then Max Blumenthal's given his speech, doing great, which he was late. We weren't even sure he was going to show up. I was pumped. Joe Laurie was just finishing up his speech. We thought he was going to be the last speaker. And then Max rolls around the corner with a stroller and his adorable child, who, by the way, it looks like Max had sex with himself and birthed a baby, because that baby is all Max Blumenthal. She's adorable. I love her. She's so cute. And that is Max. But Max showed up. I was pumped about that. I was like, okay, like this day has been crazy, but Max is here. He's going to bring it home for us. That'll be great. And then as Max is giving his speech, some random dude walking by comes up and says something about Assange being a rapist, and I'm just like, oh my god, can we be done? Can we please be done? Please, 10 weeks done. I'm done.
Dude,
Show's over. Nothing to see here.
That I was
Everyone go
never
home.
happier to end a stream in my life.
I've never been happier to get. This is the only event ever where I have felt the need to apologize to people as they're leaving.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Thanks for coming. It's not usually like this. I promise. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
much love to
Oh,
John
Jesus.
Kiriakou.
Nothing you could have done. Like,
oh God. I think I'm done organizing, you guys.
that
Right.
could have been.
I think I'm done.
I know you enough to know that ain't happening. You're give it a couple of days. Like you'll be up
I
I
planning
think
the
I'm
next one.
done. Me and Paula
I
were
don't
just
know,
talking
man.
about this. I hope she doesn't mind me talking about this, but we were just talking about this as we were walking back to the our parking garages. I'm just so fucking tired. Nobody gives a shit. I have to take so much shit. People bitch because I have to fundraise and they call me a grifter, and people complain because they think I'm using Assange for some personal benefit, and people talk about how I have a crush on him, and people like, it's just, is it fucking worth it? Like I spend it, y'all, I know I talk about this a lot, but I spend so much fucking money out of pocket. It's disgusting. And I'm tired of doing it, frankly. And I feel like it's like the same handful of people who are always doing all of the work, and it's very difficult to get anybody
Yep.
to help or to care. It's hard to get people to come out to the events. It's hard to get people to do anything. And I'm just like, what is the fucking point? Why do I eat? Why? Like, why? I'm away from my kids. You know what I mean? Like, again, I am away from my kids for 2 days. They're on spring break. I could have been spending this time with them. And it's just like, why? Like, what the fuck is the point? And I'm just over it. And then like today with all of this drama, and I'm just like, what? Like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What the fuck am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like, I could be doing so many other things than, you know, like I spend so, and I don't mean to like complain. Like, this is very first world problems to have, like, you know, but I spend a lot of fucking time on this shit, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of stress. And I just don't know that it's worth it. And I mean, obviously I still want Julian Assange to be free, but I just can't keep doing this shit. I'm wearing myself down. I mean, you guys know I had like a fucking mental breakdown last year. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I went
How long have you been doing this? When did you start doing A for A?
4 years now.
4 years. 4 years,
Yeah.
like hardcore, like nonstop, constantly doing stuff.
In the trenches,
yes.
dealing with everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And then
It's rough. I mean,
on top of that, to just constantly get shit on for doing it. And that's not to say that, like, there are a lot of people who are excellent about it and they thank me. Not that I need thanks. That's not what I mean. I don't need thanks, but it would be nice to not get shit on all the time and to not be called names and, you know, you're a grifter and you're this and that and all this other stupid shit. Like, why would I invite that into my life? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just exhausting.
I mean,
and
I agree that I wouldn't know half the stuff about this case that I would without you doing what you've done for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt a lot of people would, unfortunately. Like, there's only so many of us out here fighting this fight anyway. So like, and it forces everyone to like, you know, it forces everyone to stop doing it. I mean, that's
and I know
the system at work.
Like, part of me is like, don't like let yourself go down that road, because that is what they want. They want for people like me to give up, right? Like that's their wet dream, is for people like me to give up. But I also know that, like, again, I have kids and I could be home with my kids right now, and I could be I could have spent the past 2 days with them, and I could have saved the fucking ass ton of money that I've spent over the past 4 years. Like, if I were to venture a guess, and this is going to be I hope my husband's not watching this, but if I had to venture a guess how much I have spent over the past 4 years, I would say it's easily between $10,000 and $15,000 out of pocket. And that's banners and flyers and other printables and supplies and gas and hotel rooms and food when I'm on the road and all of that other stuff. It is very expensive, and
especially during lockdowns.
Yeah. And I just don't know.
Insane.
Yeah. I don't know what the fucking point is. Like, nobody else gives a shit. You know, I feel like it's making no difference whatsoever. Like, he's still in prison. Like, we're still doing the same bullshit we were doing 4 years ago. And it's exhausting. And I just like Angela says, yes, it's worth it. And yes, it's the same handful of people doing the work, but this issue is not being ignored like it used to be. And I credit the work being done by you in making that happen. Well, but it is being ignored. It still is, though.
I mean, I had to tell my roommate like about the dude. He didn't know shit about that stuff.
Nobody does, and nobody's talking about it, and mainstream media is still ignoring it. And yeah, we're making a little bit of progress in the fact that Rashida Tlaib has this strongly worded letter to Merrick Garland, but we all know where that's going to go.
PM of Australia, was it yesterday, also gave a strongly worded letter when like he's had multiple opportunities to talk to President Biden
Albanese
directly.
Fuck Anthony Albanese. Yeah. He's a coward piece of shit. And he knows it. He's a cow, and he's a liar. He's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
He told people he was going to talk to Joe Biden. He has not talked to Joe Biden. He told people enough is enough. He told people he's going to fight for Julian Assange. He told people that when he needed to get elected. And the second he entered office, he dropped that very quickly. And we've all seen that happen before. So it's fuck him. Fuck him. Seriously, fuck him. I just don't like it's exhausting. Like I'm just exhausted. And today was just like
icing on the cake.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I know I realize I'm just venting. And that's why I was like, Sleepy, do you want to come on? And I told Reef I was going to go live. He's like, you want to? And I'm like, yes, I need somebody to talk to. Like, I just can't talk to myself. Like, I got to talk to people. Like, just processing all this shit today was fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, I'm still, like, my head is spinning. I don't even know. Oh,
that guy. That could have went way worse. I think it went about as
like, dude. I wanted to jump through a screen and fucking beat a dude to death.
Yeah. I mean, I
saw how close you were to that fucker. Like, I'm like,
I was very close.
My friend. That's my friend. Yeah. Like,
I was maybe 3 feet from that guy as he was holding that lighter.
Like, I don't know.
And I froze too, like, because again, like I was distracted, like, oh my God, there's a penis. What the fuck is happening? And then I just froze because I was like trying to figure out like what was happening. I was trying to process it in real time and I didn't understand what was going on. Then I didn't understand what was in the bottle and what he was squirting all over the place. And it took me until I saw the lighter that I was like, oh, fuck. Like, fuck, he's about to light that shit on fire. Like, I'm really close to this guy. Like, what the fuck am I, like, what am I doing? And then John, like, seriously, I cannot say kudos to John Kiriakou enough. If it were not for him, that would have gone so much worse. It would have gone so much worse. Although, to be honest with you, watching that guy, he didn't seem very...
seemed distant.
He didn't seem like he was in a hurry to light the fire. You know what I mean? Like he had opportunity where like John wanted to punch him in his fucking face.
Sure.
But there was cops everywhere. And I think he was like, cause he did end up pushing him.
He shoved him.
Yeah. Because he was trying to get it. Cause the guy that was standing like right to my left was like, he's got a lighter. Somebody get the lighter. And I'm like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like, and seriously, John Kiriakou is amazing. Like hero in more ways than one. That could have gone so much worse. And Suzanne too, my friend Suzanne, she was standing right beside me when it happened. She was just as close as I was. She didn't freeze. She fucking went over there and like as soon as John got the lighter out of his hand, she kicked it away from him. Like that was fucking nuts, you guys. Like I have never experienced anything like that before, and I've experienced some weird shit. That was nuts. That was fucking nuts.
Well, it's like all your adrenaline dump was like used before then. Like, you know, you already put in all the adrenaline with like Annie and Ian's situation.
Like I was like just starting to like come down off of that, like because I was angry at that because those are my friends.
Yeah,
like Ian and Annie are my friends. I love them. I respect them both incredibly, like in an incredible amount. I mean, Reverend Annie Chambers is a legend. You know what I'm saying? She's a living legend. And so the idea that some douche canoe was up in her face and yelling at her and yelling at Ian made me angry. I wanted to fight the guy. You know what I'm saying? But I just started to like, okay. And then a whole other thing happens. And I'm like, seriously? Like, what is happening? Oh,
I don't know. There's other options besides in-person events. So.
No, that's true. That is true. I mean, I already do a ton of shit outside of in-person events. I mean, I make phone calls and emails and all that stuff on a regular fucking basis. And I use Twitter all the time and all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah. And honestly, just the drive down here is exhausting. 6.5 hours each way. I hate it. The first 4 hours are fine. The last 2.5, I want to shoot myself. It's fucking terrible. And I'm tired of doing it. And again, I'm tired of doing it with very little help. You know what I mean? I'm coming down here with like the same 3 or 4 people doing all the heavy lifting, you know, and it's very frustrating. And I'm trying not to go too deep in the weeds in that because I don't want to cause any like interpersonal drama with other activists, but there's some bullshit. Yeah. Like there's a lot of bullshit that goes on, and there's a lot of people who want to get credit for doing things, but they don't actually want to do things. And it sucks. And I'm really over it. And I'm tired of working my ass off for nothing. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like, for nothing. It really does feel like it's for nothing. Like I'm just wasting my fucking time. And it sucks. Because I've put 4 years into this.
I get it.
4 years of my life. And it's like wasting my time. It's so annoying.
I mean, taking breaks ain't a bad thing.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, Paul, I'll say like as many times as I fucking want to. How about that? How about that? Is that all right with you? Go fuck yourself. How about that?
Dude.
Sorry, today's not the day, motherfucker. It's not the day.
No, you've needed a break for a minute too. Like this is back-to-back things for you, generally. Like,
yeah, I just did Rage.
You were just there in DC, so
yeah. I just did Rage, and then I just did in October. We had that huge event.
Yeah, that was a close.
And I'm in DC. Yeah. Wait, what was Rage?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
as far as
the drama surrounding.
But I was on the periphery of that drama. Like I wasn't an organizer. Yeah. I just helped. Like they just asked me to help with like their Assange messaging and you know, getting the word out. So that's really all I did. So I was kind of on the out. That was nice, actually. Dude, I got to come to DC and just go to an event. I didn't have to do anything. There was no time schedule. I didn't have anywhere to be at a certain time. I had no responsibilities, you guys. I just showed up and went to the event, and that was it. And it was awesome.
My problem with that one is like, these motherfuckers can't. It just made me depressed because you got like all these online motherfuckers that won't get together to prevent World War III.
I know. Over some dumb shit. Over some dumb shit.
I was like, you do know none of your shit matters if you're dead, right?
Yeah.
You realize you can virtue
signal
all you want in the grave, dude.
Yeah, like, so-and-so's against trans people. Well, guess who dies in a nuclear explosion? Trans people. They die too.
Everybody
dies. It's ridiculous. So yes, Angela, I did just get over being really sick as well. That's true. I was very, very sick.
You were dying. You were like...
I felt like I was dying. Yes.
Yeah, you sounded like dog shit.
I
remember a Jesse stream where you were muted almost the entire time.
I was so glad he was on that day because I knew he was going to play music, and I'm like, I'm just going to let him play music, and I'm just going to mute, and I'm going to cough the entire time. I didn't hear a word that he sang or said. I coughed the entire time. That was terrible. And you know what's funny about that day is when I started that show, I hadn't really talked all day. I felt like dog shit. Everything hurt, top to bottom. My skin hurt. You know what I mean? I had like 103 degree fever. I had no business doing that show. Really, I literally brought like my little recliner over and laid in my recliner, and I pulled my microphone down, and I just like laid there curled up with like a blanket because I was freezing my ass off. And I thought because I always think that I can. Fake it. Like I'm very good at faking it when I'm sick or when whatever. If I have a headache, I'm very good at faking it. And then I opened my mouth and I was like, holy shit, you sound terrible. Holy shit. You cannot fake this. Everybody knows. They know. Everybody knows. Everybody know. Like as soon as I opened my mouth, I was like, I'm not even going to bring it up. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to tell anybody I'm sick. I'm just going to do the show. And then I realized after my little monologue that you have to tell people you're sick because you sound like terrible. Like you sound terrible.
Yeah, you sounded like dog
terrible. Shit. I did sound like dog shit. I 100% did.
Sound like one of those.
Like, why are you on camera?
No, I wasn't on camera. That was just my radio.
Well,
show.
voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I had no
radio
business.
One?
Yeah, I had no business.
Oh, okay.
No business doing that show or that whole week.
Mm-hmm.
That whole week, I had no business doing those shows. None whatsoever. But I did it. I did do it. Honestly, Glory, I thought it was COVID because I have not been that sick in years. I mean, decades maybe. I can't remember the last time I was that sick other than like norovirus.
Yeah, bronchitis sucks, man.
Dude. And my doctor was like, this is a pretty nasty case of bronchitis. I'd say we're bordering on pneumonia. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yay, pneumonia.
Yeah, if you let bronchitis go too long, it gets really shitty.
Well,
it doesn't
and my
get any
husband,
better.
my
Yeah.
husband had to fight me to go to the doctor because I'm kind of a stubborn bitch and I don't ever want to go to the doctor. And he's like, "You need to go to the doctor, please." And I'm
No,
like,
I don't wanna.
I'm
No,
I'm so stubborn when it comes to going to the doctor.
me
It's so
too. I
stupid.
hate it. Like, no.
I hate it too.
They're
It's
just gonna
terrible.
they're just gonna tell me to take the medicine I'm taking and go home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go there.
My husband was
No.
convinced I had pneumonia. I didn't tell him that it was close to pneumonia.
You sounded like it. You certainly sounded
No.
like it.
It did not. It was not fun. It was definitely not fun at all. Very strange. It was a very strange illness. I did not feel good at all.
But hey, you got better. You listened to your fucking husband, and
You
finally
got
went to the
better.
doctor and
Don't
got
tell
better.
him that. Don't tell him that.
Hey, that
Well,
man
I'm
deserves
gonna.
a cape, Misty.
He does what?
He deserves a
Deserves a cape.
He does deserve a cape.
Yeah.
cape. You owe
My
him
husband's
a
pretty
cape.
dope. Not gonna
Ugh.
lie. I got a good one. He's pretty dope. I mean, he had to, my husband, like when I do this stuff, like it's not just me that's impacted. Obviously, my kids are impacted, but my husband, like he had to take today off of work, and rearrange his schedule so that he could be with the kids. And it's like it's a constant. Oh, I just don't give a fuck. I'm not a big fan of doctors either these days, but there are some
Yeah.
things that you have to go to the doctor for. It's just unavoidable. You need
That's one of them.
yes.
I've had bronchitis like 5,000 times, so that's
Yeah.
definitely one of them.
That and stuff like ear infections or strep throat or some shit like that can very quickly spiral out of control. Like that's not really an option.
Yeah.
I don't
Today was
know.
wild.
You're not gonna give up, but like I would take a couple weeks off and kind of
Dude, like take a week. Like seriously,
kinda
you need more than that.
dissect
Go on a
it, figure
cruise.
it out.
Fuck it.
No
You
cruises.
know?
Who the fuck
I
goes
know,
on a
right?
cruise? No, thank you.
Nobody.
No,
I
thank
don't
you.
know.
Oh,
Maybe
let's
maybe
put us
start
in a tin
focusing
can
on-
full of disease. That'll work.
Yeah, no thanks.
You know.
I'm
instead
good.
of doing all the fucking organizing by yourself. Maybe try to build more coalitions to make bigger events with other groups.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Yeah.
been
But-
doing that anyways.
we've-
The Rage people are obviously on board. They're interested in collaborating on other things, which is nice. Which people will give me shit because people don't like Nick Brown. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't
really
like him
do not.
either.
I don't. I mean, it's not that I don't like him.
It's called
I don't.
single issue coalition.
Yes, my personal feelings
That's how
about
you
Nick
get what you
Brana.
want.
Yeah, my personal feelings about Nick Brana really don't matter in the grand scheme of
I
things.
can't stand the motherfucker. I'll still work with him if
Yeah.
there's an issue that we both
Sleepy
agree
really
on.
doesn't
Sorry.
like him.
That
Yeah.
motherfucker
I
shows
fucking
up
hate
though.
He does show up.
He shows up to
Honestly,
shit.
he shows up to every
Yeah.
single one of our events, and that means
Doing better than a lot of clowns out here.
And listen,
Like,
I have been incredibly skeptical of him, and there have been numerous events where he has shown up, and I haven't let him speak. You know what I mean? I don't give him the option, and he shows up anyway. So it's not about he wants speaking time because he doesn't know that it's,
Yeah.
he didn't know he was going to get speaking time today. We just happened to have time. He showed up, and I was like, "Hey, would you like to speak?" So he's not doing it just because he wants speaking time. He's
Yeah.
showing up, and yes, you're right. That's a lot more than I can say for most other people.
It's true.
So yeah, I mean, I don't trust
You
him.
don't,
really.
you don't have to fucking like somebody. Sorry.
No,
guys. You
there's
don't have
plenty
to
of
like.
people I don't like.
Dude, do you think Reverend Annie liked the fucking KKK people she worked with? Probably not.
No,
No.
Guessing she didn't.
no.
But hey,
I don't like Rashida Tlaib, but if her letter can help me get momentum and more awareness for Assange, and if we can move the ball forward a little bit, because I'll work with her on that. Absolutely.
I-
Yes,
dude, I have marched with all kinds of people that I can't fucking stand.
Yes.
I can't stand.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Like, if you don't fucking start working with people you don't fucking like, you're not gonna get anywhere. You want to
Yeah.
be in your little echo chambers and just hang out with the same fucking 30 people that you agree with. Well, good luck with that. You're not gonna get nothing
Yeah.
done.
Nothing.
And that's what this last 4 years has fucking taught me.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you purity test everything, nothing gets done.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been personally like looking outside of my own political bubble. I started doing it like 2 years ago. I mean, I've always been open to, I've never been like, oh, you're a libertarian, I won't talk to you. I've never been that person. So I won't
I
pretend
don't
that
even
I was.
vote. I don't
but-
give a fuck who they vote for.
No, I don't care. Yeah, I don't vote
No.
either. I don't give a
Don't.
fuck. I don't care. But there's a
care.
lot of people who like political ideology. They won't speak to anybody outside of their little bubble. And
No.
I've never been that person. But I have been actively, I would say for the past couple of years, I have been actively seeking coalitions outside of my bubble because frankly, the left sucks on Assange. I'm going to say it. They fucking suck on Assange. The online commies would love to see him dead. They don't give a shit about Julian Assange, which is unbelievably depressing. But that's the reality.
The fact that they won't let that be a purity test, but let everything else,
Yeah.
is.
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
the hypocrisy is insane with
Yeah.
most of
Dude,
these
the
people.
left, the
Like-
left made me not vote. Basically,
Mhm.
I'm just done. The left. Hey, congratulations, the left. You made me realize. Left,
Yeah.
right, they're all bullshit. You
Yeah.
ain't getting nothing you want, no matter what. Maybe fight for the things you fucking care for and that are actually going to make a difference
mean,
in our lives.
also,
Trying
can
to
we
fight
talk
over
about how
fucking
much-
economics? You're not going to change
A lot-
economics in this fucking country.
No.
You're not. You're
No.
not.
Like, with how
not.
much the deep state controls every narrative completely.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they had files on Martin Luther King, sent him to his wife.
Yeah.
Like,
They wrote him a letter
they make
trying to
up
get him to commit
anything and
suicide.
everything. Yes, like they're willing to use whatever they want, like whatever.
Guess what? It's called divide and conquer, and they fucking won that.
Mhm.
war. I don't know what to tell y'all. You
It's
either
so
fucking
it
come
was
together
it's so
or you
easy for
fuck.
them,
Hey, Hugh.
you know.
Other people's purity tests are based around personalities. My purity test is, do you want to save the future of press freedom and free speech? Those are a little bit
Yeah.
different. It's not about, I don't like your
I'll fucking
personality,
walk
so
with
I
you
won't
on
work
that,
for you.
right.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, homie. It's not the same thing. Not at
Yeah.
all. Not at all. Not at all.
I'm not voting for RFK because he's not going to do shit. None of these motherfuckers who you
No.
vote for.
He's in the
I'm not voting.
Democratic he's a Democrat. Like,
Yeah.
have they not
Did- did-
learned?
Did Bernie teach anything to these people?
No,
Yeah,
no,
No.
nothing,
no.
nothing at
Why,
all.
why don't we give another fucking 50 million to this prick? You
Yeah.
know,
Please
like,
explain to
it's
me how
retarded.
he's so special and different
He's not.
and is going to be able to fix any. Like,
He's not.
why are we wasting our time then?
I'm not. I'm not.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I'm not like the guy has some good shit to say. Okay, that's fine. Like,
Yeah,
not
he's
gonna
good on
change- He's not going to
COVID.
change your life. He's not
He's
going to
good on
change
COVID.
your life.
Yeah.
He's good on Assange. He's good on some stuff, but he's not perfect. And
that's
he's never
real low
going
bar.
to win. He is
Dude,
never going.
Being hungry as
oh.
fuck for the last 6 months has taught me these people don't give a fuck about you.
No,
They do not give a
Yeah.
fuck about you.
no. It's
I don't
about
get to eat,
them.
Like, dude, I'm eating like once a day. Fuck this shit. I'm done.
I mean,
I'm done.
listen, RFK's book sales are going to be great next time around, though. Don't you worry about that. I mean, that's what this is about. It's about selling books and hawking products and, you know, building your brand or what. That's what Marianne Williamson is doing. I'm so tired of the Marianne
Oh.
Williamson people. I'm so fucking, and she makes me angry because y'all, she's lying to you. She straight up told Kyle Kalinske, yeah, I can totally beat Joe Biden. No, she can't, and she knows that. She's fucking lying.
She
to you. And then she's
hasn't.
asking for your money. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. It's gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just
Like,
gonna
I don't even
shoot for
pay it
one
any
people into
attention.
one of the two parties, and it's gonna
Yep.
be business as usual. I haven't seen anything change in my fucking 41 years.
No.
Nothing has changed.
I mean,
It's gotten worse. Yeah.
It's gotten worse.
That's it.
Yep.
And they've become more blatantly corrupt on top of that, and people still aren't calling them out.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're never going to.
It's
And even
insane-
if they did,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with electoral politics entirely. Like I talked to Pasta last night on my show, and he's still adorably very much a believer in electoral politics.
Pasta is an
yes,
optimist.
I know, and I love
And
him
I
for
love
it.
him
love him
for it.
for
I
it.
love him for. I'm not that person though, and
Yeah.
he genuinely thinks that we can reform the system. We can change this. It's just not possible. It is not. It is. We're too far gone. It's too far
you
gone.
got to rip it from the roots.
Yes, and I'm done voting.
Start
I
feeding
don't.
your fucking neighbors. People.
Yes.
That's
Feed
how
your
you
neighbors.
make change.
Learn how to
Start
grow
feeding your fucking
food.
neighbors. Teach
Learn
them
how to
some shit.
sew. Learn how to fix shit. Learn how to all of that stuff because we are headed for some really unbelievably awful times. And
These
we're
people
gonna,
are not gonna save us when shit, dude.
No.
All these countries backing out of the dollar. I hate to break it to y'all, but in another 5 years, it's gonna be rough here.
Yeah.
Probably before that.
If you can get out, get
Dude,
out. If you can get out,
Saudi Arabia, like starting to not trade in dollars. That's
Yeah.
bad.
that's really bad. Saudi
Once the
Arabia.
Mhm.
once the petrodollar's gone, guess
Yeah.
what?
And Russia and
we have
China is
massive
supporting
inflation.
peace talks with all those countries,
Mm-hmm.
and
Dude,
they're
there's
and they're
places-
thinking about changing that to the petro yen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I mean, dude, the hyperinflation that's going to happen because they printed so much goddamn money in the last fucking 10 years.
Yes.
It's going to be insane. We're not going to.
And not even for stuff that would have been useful and would have helped our, like, none of that
No, it's to make rich people
like,
richer, as it
went
always is.
straight into the military.
Stop blaming your fucking neighbors for your problems and start
Yes.
working together. Start fucking
Yes.
community farms. That kind of shit. That's the only thing we're going to save ourselves. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I
When
mean,
shit
that's
hits the
it.
fan, if you don't have food growing and you don't have neighbors working with you to be able to fix your fucking cars, to do
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of shit, you're done. You're done. Our cities aren't set up for public transit, clearly. So you ain't getting nowhere. You're not going
Mm-mm.
to eat. You're just going to die and starve.
Pretty much, that's what they want.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's
That's
where
what
we're
they
headed.
want.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't,
Julian
I don't want to talk
uncovered.
about modern monetary theory when
No.
I'm fucking looking at a flat of eggs for $25 fucking dollars.
Yeah, like
Dude, I've literally been living off beans and rice for fucking months. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking hungry.
Ugh.
I don't want to fuck around with this stupid pie in the sky bullshit that's never gonna fucking happen. They're not gonna let it happen.
But Sleepy Josh,
If
Marianne
they
Williamson
wanted to
says
feed
that
us, they would've
love
fucking done that already.
will save us. That's what Marianne says.
Ugh.
Sleepy. We just have to love harder. That's what it is. Just have to.
Yeah, I've been
love.
living off some bread too. Bread that I fucking make because I can't fucking afford to buy it.
Yeah.
That's what teach
Who
people how to
knows?
fucking bake bread. Teach people to
Yeah.
be more self-sufficient.
yeah,
All this process shit ain't good for us anyway.
no.
Hey Hugh, it's not a matter of working with somebody. If Henry Kissinger advocated for Assange, great. Okay, it's not going to happen, but great. That doesn't mean I have to work with him like hand in hand, side by side. We got to be best buds. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Just because you don't like somebody who is involved in a movement doesn't mean that it's like, oh, I really care about this thing, but that person I don't like also cares about that thing. So now I can't care about the thing. It's infantile and stupid and self-defeating. And that's just not how the world works. So
It's divide and conquer.
yes.
The fucking
Yeah.
State Department, that's what they want. Reverend Annie talks about it all the fucking
All
time.
the time.
They
all
want
the
us
time.
fucking picking at each other about stupid shit that doesn't actually matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
I mean, I say it all the time. They want us fighting amongst ourselves so that we're not paying attention to the man behind the curtain. And honestly, frankly, and people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but none of our differences, none of our disagreements matter at all. We can't even have those conversations because our system doesn't give a fuck what we think. We know that. We know that our opinions don't matter. So it doesn't matter how much you want, trans rights, or it doesn't matter how much you want women's rights. It doesn't matter how much you want abortion to be banned or whatever your thing is that has you disagreeing with your neighbor so hardcore. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you want. We have to deal with a system that's designed to kill us all first, and then we can fight each other. Okay?
And part of
Let's
that
do
is
that.
taking care of each other instead of this
Yes.
like I know like probably 10 people on the left that I know that are my friends that will help me in a pinch if I need to fucking eat. That's a
Me?
problem.
Yep.
You're one of them.
Me.
And like, dude, what are you gonna do when fucking bread's fucking $20 a loaf? What are you gonna do?
Right? Yeah.
You're
what
gonna
are you
have
going to do?
you're gonna have to start talking to your fucking neighbors, or you're not gonna eat.
Oh,
I mean, let alone food. Water is going to be an issue coming up.
oh yeah.
for sure.
So
It already is.
already an issue.
It already is.
Already.
I live in Ohio, homie. Like our water is probably polluted. Hardcore.
Did you see that one of the trucks that had
yes.
polluted ground fell
Yes.
over, re-polluting the ground?
yes.
Like,
The East Palestine shit today. Yeah. I saw that.
yes.
yeah.
And they dumped all the
Yeah,
polluted
and
soil.
and dude, there's fucking tracks behind my house. Every time a fucking train goes by now, I'm like nervous.
Oh God.
Every
Cindy.
fucking
Yeah.
time. Like right behind my
Oh.
house. It's like not. It's. I have a pretty like long backyard, so but it's still not good.
That's still, dude. It doesn't matter how long your backyard is. I'm 180
No.
miles from East Palestine, and I'm still freaked out. So
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
probably 100, 150 feet away from the tracks. It's not great.
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
you know,
your long yard doesn't matter.
No,
They'll
no.
throw you some crumbs about it and then tax you income for like. It's so dumb. Like
Dude,
every
let me-
story of the past year.
Yeah.
Let me give you
Like-
all an example, dude. My neighbor is a fucking tool. Meth head, piece of shit. His dog, I get like 2 hours of sleep at a time because his fucking dog. Dude's power fucking had a fire a couple weeks ago. His power was out. He came and asked me, can I plug in my fucking icebox so $1,000 of meat doesn't go bad? Guess what I did?
You let him plug it in?
I let him plug it in.
Yeah.
And I fucking
Mhm.
hate these people.
That's
so,
what decent
like,
people
dude,
do.
I don't care if you like someone. Like, if we don't start helping each other, we're fucked.
I help
And
people I
then,
don't
dude,
like
this
all
guy
the time.
is racist as hell. He's racist as hell.
Yeah.
He hates gay people, so that's great, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so I don't know. Like, we got to start coming together on some shit, or when shit hits the fan, we're done.
I think we're already done. I hate to be incredibly pessimistic, but
I don't know. I'm a little more optimistic. Like, living here as opposed to
But, yeah.
California, I'm a little more optimistic because people are genuinely like seem like they will help each other out.
okay,
A little
Hugh,
more.
I've answered this question 5 gazillion times, and I realize that you're just in the chat to start shit, but I'm fired up, so I'll play. What got me into Assange activism, as I have said 5 gazillion times every time I'm asked, is that I've always been an Assange supporter. I've always been a free speech person. I had always been an admirer and a reader of WikiLeaks. I donated, I read the leaks, I bought merch, I did all the things. And I was a very casual supporter until he got pulled out of the Ecuadorian embassy. And the reason why this issue is the most important to me is because this issue literally impacts everything else that we are trying to do. If you do not
Yeah,
have the ability
Thank
to
you.
speak, if you don't have the ability to educate yourself and others, if you don't have the ability to have conversations, how are you supposed to fight for anything? Literally anything else.
You can't
If
even
you are
tell
an-
anyone about your movements. At that
No, if you can, exactly, you can't fight for, if you're an environment person, can't do that. If you're an education person, can't do that. If you care about gay rights, can't do that. There's nothing that and we are very close. We've pretty much already lost our ability to speak, our free speech and our press freedom and all of that stuff. But this opens up a whole other Pandora's box of the United States government being able to go anywhere, anytime in the globe, like anywhere in the globe, and arresting somebody for espionage
Yep.
who publishes something that is truthful, that embarrasses them or that they don't like. And that's fucking terrifying. If that doesn't terrify you, I don't know what will. So that is why I care about this issue. That's why.
I agree.
I mean, that's
I mean,
when
it-
I got involved.
And Hugh, how are you starting
pretty
shit?
much.
Literally
Figured
every
out.
question in the chat, dude, is you trying to start shit.
Adversarial as shit. Yeah.
Literally every single
Um,
one. And so this is your first time in the chat. Fine. Make it your last. Peace. I'm just not in the mood today, dude. I'm not. I've had a shit day. I'm not in the mood for your garbage. I'm just not. I don't have the patience for it. And yes, the US government has already been doing that. Dude, you cannot possibly be this stupid. You can't.
Yeah, like
Maybe you
of,
can.
of course we do have the dumbest trolls. So
I do. I
you
do
know,
for sure. No
so
question.
but
No question.
yeah, I mean the Assange issue touches literally every issue.
Literally everything. All the things.
Like-
let me pose a question. How much investigative journalism have you seen since Assange has been
None.
locked up?
I
ze-
mean,
like barely any.
It's called the chilling
Like a couple
effect.
of
It makes
people.
Yeah,
other journalists too scared
Greenwald
to
in
fucking
Brazil.
report on anything.
Greenwald, Vanessa,
Vanessa,
like Eva, Robbie
Whitney.
Yeager when he pops his head up.
Yeah,
like,
Whitney, Ryan.
Yeah, there's a
Last
few
American
around.
Vagabond. There's so
Yeah.
there's dude. You're proving. You're just. I'm calling it like I see it, homie. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, there still are some invest. I mean, Wyatt Reed does a great job. The guys at the Gray Zone do a pretty good job. There is some investigative journalism happening, but it is few and far between, and we need so much more of it. And the Assange thing has been, that's the whole point. That is the whole point of the Assange thing, is to create a chilling effect and to cause with other whistleblowers and other journalists to think really long and hard before they seek to go after the United States government.
I personally want to know if my tax dollars and all that is being used to do horrible
blow people
shit.
up. Yeah, I would like to know if my
I
tax
wanna know
dollars
those
are.
things.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And
yes.
we don't know a lot of these. We don't know, dude. COVID would have been a different fucking conversation if we would have had some actual investigative journalism.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
You say that.
If we, and I'm not talking about just articles. I'm talking about source fucking documentation about what these
Dude, they
fuckers are
completely
doing.
dismissed doctors at the top of their field.
Yes.
It's insane. It's
Yes.
insanity.
Like one's from Yale, Harvard, like
Yeah.
they dismiss
top
those
of their
people.
field. Hundreds
Called
of
them
published.
cranks.
Yes. But I say that all the time, Sleepy. Can you imagine what we would know if Assange were free right now about Ukraine, about COVID, about so many
Yeah.
things?
Yeah.
I mean,
even
Oh.
even if Assange wasn't around, if that chilling effect wasn't there, we would know a lot more.
yes, we
Because
would.
people wouldn't be fucking afraid to leak. They wouldn't be afraid to.
Well,
to
now the only
report
leaks
on
that
it,
come
any
out
of it.
are leaked from the government, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah, it's
I can't
gross.
trust them for shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
It's frankly fucking frightening. Like
Ah.
I've kind of buried my head in the sand for the last fucking year. Like I get it. Like, but I had to fucking survive. Like that's what I had to do. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know what else to do. Just try to fucking work with my neighbors and try to work in my community. Like do what I can for the people
Yeah.
that I care about. That's all I can do at this point.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other
And
thing.
not
People
enough
don't
Not enough
understand.
people do that shit. They just
I know.
fucking-
People
they
got
just wanna
lives.
fight online.
Yeah.
And have
You
Twitter
got lives
beef.
to live. Yeah. Like
Yeah. I got kids
Like,
to worry
take-
about.
Dude, I
We
don't
got- we
want.
take time out of our
hardly
day to
watch
deal with
any
this.
shows I can't even watch shows anymore because like 90% of them are just fucking beefs.
Drama.
It's just
Oh.
drama and,
Yeah.
And
bullshit.
listen,
I'm like, you're not.
I
Teaching
love
me
y'all.
anything. I'm not gonna watch you.
Yes, and I love y'all. Like I'm not going to call anybody out by name because these people are my friends and I still love them and respect them. But there are some of y'all who need to stop with the constant drama. I mean, just the nonstop clickbait, drama fueled ridiculousness. Like, just it's not productive. I realize that it gets you clicks. I realize it gets you subscribers. I realize that that's the game that you're playing. But it sucks. I hate watching people that I have a lot of respect for go down that route. I really do. It really sucks. Like it just
Yeah.
really sucks. It's
Like, dude, I
you
was
just
so-
watch it
when I-
happen. Like
When I discovered independent media, I was excited. Now
Yeah.
I'm just fucking sad
Yes.
yeah.
because there's a lot of it now. But so much of it is crap. It's some of it's worse than the fucking mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not teaching me shit. They're not giving me any fucking information that I don't already fucking
Well, it's
know
like,
and have known for
we do-
years. Like it's dumb.
We do one stream on Jimmy Dore's Force the Vote. 90% of the time we're talking about union strikes, we're talking about teacher strikes, we're talking about other events, we're talking about actual realistic shit, articles with information. None of that gets watched. Like
no.
no one's clicking that. Like we can clearly see the view counts.
Yeah.
You're not watching. You're watching stuff that like this person said this and they reacted and this and it's like stop. Like
It's
go
not helpful.
read some article
Yeah.
like go read some articles, do whatever. And I get like some of those actually are important. They've got a few things that it's roundaboutly important. I
Mhm.
get it. But 95% of the time it's not. Like
There's-
if you
there's
ignored
there's
it,
a few networks I'll still fuck with,
yeah.
but I'm not.
There's
I'm
a-
not. There's a couple.
No, there's
but,
some-
like,
there's-
very few.
There are some people and listen,
There's some
it's-
amazing stuff out there.
There
like,
is some amazing stuff, and there a lot of people do. And Rob, you're always dramatic, and Hugh, I'm really just done. Like I don't know
love you, Rob,
if
you
it.
know.
I don't know. Yes, I love Rob so much. I don't know if who just said that. I don't know if Boatmaster's right, and that's who you are. Don't really give a fuck. You're annoying me, and I'm just not in the mood. So just seriously, get lost. Like it's clear that you're just here to start shit. So Seriously, buy a plant. Get a plant. Get a hobby. Like, it's so annoying when people do
Macrame.
this. People who
Draw.
go
Something.
and troll the chats. Get a life. Seriously,
Make a
if
ska
you don't
band.
like me, if you don't like my show, if you don't like what I do, go watch people that you do like. The idea that you're spending your time on somebody you clearly do not like is mind-boggling to me. Seriously, get a hobby.
Mhm.
Seriously, just get a hobby. Do something productive with your life. And yes,
Paint.
Rob, you are always too dramatic, my friend. But yeah, like there are a lot of people who I think do good stuff on occasion. Like even the people who I think spend way too much time on like Twitter beefs
But I
and
can't.
stuff like
I won't
that.
watch them anymore. I have to wade through too much
No.
shit.
Well, I just wait for clips. Like I wait for them to
Yeah.
post clips like, oh, they're gonna actually cover a story. Okay, I'll watch that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about the other stuff where it's, Twitter beefs and stuff like that. And it's
Oh,
just
this guy said this.
Yeah.
We disagree with him slightly. Who gives a fuck?
yeah. Yes. Oh,
Who gives
it's
a fuck?
exhausting. It really is just exhausting. Oh, Ben, I am not going over it again, homie.
Yeah, back up. You'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't think I have it set up where you can't rewind. Just rewind. Is
Yeah.
it called rewind still? Did I just age myself?
I
I think we're old. Missy.
I am old. That's no question about it.
Stick the
Hey, I'm older
pencil
than
in
you,
the
so
tape and
Are
like
you older than
roll
me,
it back.
Sleepy?
I'm like a year older than you, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm the youngin. I'm 93. Like
I
feel
feel
like
barely had those
93.
VCR tapes.
I feel 93 today.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Yes,
Embroidery.
Glory, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, Glory. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. And embroidery,
Yeah.
that is a great hobby. My grandma used to embroider stuff all the time. Yeah, she really loved it. It was very relaxing for her. I can't do it because I have ADHD and I can't focus and sit still for that long on something. But if that's your jam, that's definitely a good one. I have some embroidered stuff that my grandma made me. It's nice. Good stuff.
If I
Yeah.
need to do something, I just play a fucking game or something.
Yeah, that's fine. Music has saved my life more than once. I play with my kids a lot. Like that's a big one for me. Is I like to just hang out with my kids.
Mm.
I love to hang out with my kids.
I don't know. I hope indie media starts getting better because like
Did you see Glory
last few
Jones?
years has made it
Sleepy Josh, do you see
shitty.
Glory Jones in the chat with her 23
I
and 4
do.
months?
I do.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
you getting old, Jones. You
Yeah,
know,
you are getting old,
No.
Jones. You are getting old, Jones.
you're gonna have to get you a
Oh,
walker
goodness.
pretty quick.
Yeah. Get her a walker and one of those cardigans. And we can put some tissues in
Nah,
the pockets.
Snuggie.
Yeah. Oh, Snuggies are amazing. Although I don't like the ones, I don't know if they're also called Snuggies, but I don't like the ones that are like open because they like fall off of me when I'm trying to wear it. But they have
No,
the
I've
ones that are
got-
like pullovers.
Dude, I look like Totoro in my Snuggie. It's great.
Nice.
We need a picture, Sleepy. Hey, Gamer's here. Hi, Gamer.
What's
I
up,
think
gamer?
Mona might have a picture. I'll find out.
You missed all the drama, Gamer. You missed it. Rob doesn't know what a Snuggie is?
It's
Rob.
like a blanket and a
Blanket
and
with
a
sleeves.
Wearable blanket.
It's like a hoodie blanket.
It's a wearable blanket. Yes, with sleeves. It's
They're
a wearable
fucking
blanket.
glorious.
They're amazing. They are
Dude,
amazing.
that shit was nice when it was like -35. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamer, you definitely missed the drama. I'm not going over it again. You can rewind. It's been a day. It has been a day. Holy balls. I have a headache again.
I'm-
I thought I kicked it.
I'm waiting for a
Nope.
stream to like process so I can clip PP out of it. So
So Sleepy was like,
Yeah.
when I
I'm gonna-
calm down and I have the energy to pixelate a penis, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that
Yeah.
shit tomorrow. I need a break.
yeah,
Looking
like
at
I don't blame
tiny
you.
Fed dick.
I wish I could erase that from my memory. Ridiculous.
Dude,
Ugh.
I was like,
like
what's going on? No. I was like, no.
yeah, dude. Like I was literally watching that
And then I
happen,
saw
and
the lighter fluid, and I'm like, oh motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to immolate himself. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I'm glad I had the ability. I was like zoomed in and like moved my mouse away from it as quickly, like 3 seconds. Still though, like I
Yeah.
counted. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
damn, my
had- I
reaction
had no
time
way to- I had no way to
terrible.
do that.
like
The only time I wish I was fucking on OBS.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was ridiculous.
But you know, I don't know. Don't let it totally fucking
Yeah,
kill your
it was
your
honestly-
activism. But
Yeah, like
I
otherwise it
get
went
Maybe
well.
we need to change tactics. We need to figure out some different fucking tactics because these ones
Yeah,
clearly
no,
aren't
I mean,
working.
obviously, I mean, we can't get anybody to come out. It's just a waste of time and money and energy to do these things anymore. So I think I'm pretty much over it. The driving back and forth to DC and all of that stuff.
There's
I'm just
other
really
options.
over it.
I mean,
No, there is. I mean, I could focus more in Ohio and try to build up the Ohio
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Like,
I've been trying to
back
build
to
up
what Andrew
DC.
said.
Yes, I've been
Yeah.
trying to build up
do these
DC.
small fucking. If we're gonna do a small event, we need to do a bunch of them.
Yeah.
A
Well,
bunch of
and I mean,
them
I can
in
do
all states.
a small event in Columbus. I live 30 minutes from Columbus. I mean, that's doable. It's not 6.5 hours.
Shit, I
each
could
way.
even get there.
Yeah, you could. You still need to come visit me, dude. You still
I
need
do.
to
I know.
come.
Well, I'm just now able to like walk again, so
Yeah.
like, it was rough times for a good 3 months. I had like a hole in my foot.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, that does. Suck.
Yeah.
And Hugh, you don't have legitimate questions. I'm dismissing you as a troll because that's what you're behaving like. If you don't want to be dismissed as a troll, don't behave like a troll. It's really that simple. I'm also not in the mood for your shit. I've had a rough day.
Look,
So just-
Hugh, we knew this was going to be a small event because it's on a fucking Tuesday. We generally have more
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
come out, and we have more and more
Well, it's
people
like-
come out each
And it
time.
was
but it's
last
been
minute
four-
as fuck.
Yeah, but
Colin
it's been
couldn't make
4
it out because he
years,
had
and it's
prior
hard to get people to give a
engagements
shit, especially in DC.
and
They just don't give a
a
fuck.
life.
Yeah, people. I mean,
Like-
listen, it's hard. Like it's hard for
It's
people
expensive
because
to get there too.
it's expensive
Most
to
Dude,
get
people
here.
have to fly.
Tuesdays
yeah, people have to
where
take
you
off
end
work.
at 6 o'clock, like there's people just got off work, DC traffic, like
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't think DC is the best place to protest.
I mean, it makes sense when you're doing Assange stuff because that's the Department of Justice and that's where it's ground zero. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
I
really.
mean, that's
It's
the
not,
kind of
but-
thing that we need to work with other groups because they can bring in more people too.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
yes. But we were trying to build up a DC group. That's not going so well.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm working with Rage. That's why I'm interested in working with the Libertarian Party. Because they are solid Assange supporters. Period. And no, Franco was not there. He did help hype it. I'll give him that. But yeah, it's just annoying. It's just. And no, Assange
I mean,
didn't
I
tell
can't afford to
anybody.
get to DC and right now, so I'm sure that's true for a lot of fucking people.
It's
So
yes,
that's
I hear that
another
all the
issue.
time. I wish I could be there. I can't afford to go. I wish I could be there. I can't afford to take off work. I hear that all the time. And I get that 100%, 100%. That's why we used to raise so much money to try to get an Airbnb to alleviate some of the costs for some people. And I would just open it up to anybody who wants to come. And then we would get like
Yeah.
an Airbnb that fits 10, 15 people. And then everybody can just stay there, paid for. You don't have to worry about it. You just have
Which
to worry about your travel costs.
isn't safe
Yeah.
for you necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Well,
but
now
I was
it's
willing
now
to
it's
do
even
it.
hard to get them damn things. Like
Yeah. It is
so
really
it's,
hard.
It's I don't know. I think DC's kind of a dead end for unless you're like it's like a well planned out multi-group event.
Yeah, October was cool. Like we did well in October. That was a good event. It was the biggest event by far that we've ever had. Thousands of people. And it was
I
very
don't know. I think we
successful.
need to change tactics. Maybe do more visuals.
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree, but honestly, I'm out of creative juice. Like I just don't have any. I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know what's going to be effective. I don't know what the point is. I probably just need a break. Like especially
For
after
sure.
today, I just need to like clear my head and process all the shenanigans. But yeah, like Paul and I were talking.
Look,
we're
I
just
took
tired.
a break. I mean, you do what you
I
got.
took a break.
Sometime.
I took a break.
Yeah.
I mean, I quit my job at TNT. I mean, I didn't step away from activism, but I did step back. It's
You were
hard for me
still
to
doing a
step-
hell of a lot of Assange.
I know
Just
because
saying.
I have
Yeah.
a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
my husband yells at me all the time because I am constantly doing something or thinking about it or talking to other people about it's a constant thing. And he's like, you need to just chill. Like there was one time where we were organizing something. I don't remember what it was. And I started talking about the next thing. I was like, hey, I wonder if I could get Roger Waters to do this. And he's like, you're not even done with the event that you have going on right now. Why are you talking about the next one already? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, he's like, can you just slow down, just slow down. Okay. Just slow down. I'm like,
ADHD brain. You need to slow down a little bit.
No, but I don't know how that's not how my brain works.
Yeah.
I don't know. Plan a trip with your kids and your husband or something.
No, I do need to do that.
Like you've got to have some balance or you're just going to fucking burn out. Like I burned out, for sure.
That's why I took a break.
Burned out like a motherfucker.
I can be a break. I'll qualify.
You need an actual break.
No, I do.
An actual break where give your
you
husband
need to recharge the batteries. Like
give my husband
no
my
Twitter,
phone.
No nothing. Like I'm telling you, like a week.
Yeah.
Like do something fun at home, even if it's just at home. Like just spend time with your kids. Like
I mean,
and just fucking unplug from.
To be fair, I don't want people to think I'm like some absentee mom. I spend a lot of time with my kids. It's not that I just do that.
I'm not trying to insinuate.
I know. No, I just want to be clear because people will come for me. Yes, I do spend a lot of time with my kids, but yes, you're right. I need to step away from everything else. I really did try last year because I mean there was that 2-month period where I had 7 deaths back to back in my life, and I was just done. I was mentally fried. I have been going way too hard for way too long, and I just hit a wall. And so I quit my job, which was a huge part of it. The stress of doing 3 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Dude, that schedule was fucking insane.
What the fuck? What was I thinking?
That was ridiculous.
What was I thinking? I had never done radio.
You did kill it though.
I had never.
You
were killing it.
Never done radio, and they're like, "Hey, we do 3 hours a day, 5 days a week." Yeah, sure, no problem. What the fuck was I thinking?
I think the hour a day is a good balance on that.
I like an hour. It's easy. I like an hour. It's so...
I've enjoyed it. It's easy to digest.
Yeah.
I've got my roommates into it. I've gotten some people that I play games with into it. So
I love that it's I can. I think it's because I did 3 hours a day that now doing just an hour, it's like child's play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even have to think about it. It's just oh yeah, okay, gonna go do a show now for an hour. No big deal. Because I mean, because it's not just doing the 3 hours a day. I don't think people realize that. I was booking, prepping, scheduling, all of that, everything, all of the things for myself.
And
I'm literally prepping for a show right now for tomorrow.
Yeah,
this is what we do.
I don't
really do that. I don't really do that shit no more. I can't do it.
I had to decide whether to try to find a clip around PP Boy today, or if I just don't even want to cover it. You
want me to come on and I can just talk eyewitness experience.
Maybe.
Goodness. And yes, Max was fantastic. Max was
Max was great.
I apologize to Max because Suzanne and I were super bummed that he was late. We didn't think he was coming. He showed up literally. Joe Lauria was speaking and we were like, that's the last speaker. And then Max came around the corner and I'm like, oh my God. So we were very excited that he showed up. So, but before he showed up, we were a little bummed and trash talking him a little, not trash talking him, but just I can't believe he didn't even message me. I don't know why he didn't message me. So we're always grateful. I was just, after that day, I was just in a bitchy mood. So I apologize to Max for.
The question was asked. I have not been with Slow News Day in almost a year.
No.
I have been living my life. I moved cross country.
Yeah.
And that's that. I'm not going to get into any of it further, but
And Erica, I'm sorry I didn't come to dinner. Honestly, I was. I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in a couple weeks. Prepping for
this. Have you eaten anything today?
Have I?
Actual food.
You should probably eat this.
You should probably hydrate and
I have been hydrating because of my
get some
headache.
Food.
Because I know my headaches and I gotta hydrate.
That's probably why you have a fucking headache, because you don't have no food.
Yeah,
no, my headache started last night.
No fuel.
My
yeah, but
headache
that
started.
don't help. I get those
No.
headaches, so
No, I know.
not
You
having
guys
Yeah,
know.
that's just stress.
You guys know I get headaches all the time. It's just my
Yeah.
life. It's unfortunate, but at least listen, it wasn't a migraine. It was bad through the night. I didn't get very much
Hey,
sleep.
small victory.
Yeah, that's what I told when I was talking to the crew. I was like, I'm gonna try everything I can. I'm gonna throw all of my things, all of my tricks, and hopefully this will go away. And I chugged a bunch of water. I drank some caffeine. I took some ibuprofen. I took a hot shower. I stretched my neck. I did all the things that I could think of, and it started to like dull down. And I'm like, okay, at least it's not going to be an all dayer. You know what I mean? Because there are some that put me on my ass literally for a day or two, and it's not good. And I do take magnesium. I do take magnesium. Yeah. Yep. But I could not go to dinner, Erica, and I'm sorry. I feel really bad for not going because Anne took the time to get the room at Busboys and Poets. I needed to process.
Exhausted.
I am exhausted. My headache's coming back just from the stress. And I just needed to chill, and I needed to vent, and I knew I was gonna probably go live and get some people to come on with me and vent about this shit. So I just really needed to just chill. Yes, that is what we do. I have to rant. It's part of my DNA. It's just how it goes.
I think you should bring back like a bi-weekly bitch session.
I agree, because I think it would be good for me.
Yeah.
Because bitch was nice. Like it was, because there's no rules. It's not an interview.
I'll even come on for that. I enjoy them.
I like bitch. It's fun. What are you stressed about? Are you fucking kidding me? You chode?
So
what
much.
A guy tried to light himself on fire 3 feet from me today. That's what I'm stressed about. How about that?
Yeah, one of.
Fuck.
One of the things. How about
that's one of
planning the event, getting there, driving, being away from your children? Like,
we've gone over this the whole stream.
Yeah. Again, this is why I call you a troll, because you act like a fucking troll.
He's not been paying attention.
It's not a he, I don't think.
Or she, or they.
It doesn't
like,
matter.
I don't discriminate.
All right, y'all. I just wanted to come in and give Missy some support here.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking eat.
Thanks for coming with me, Josh.
I have not ate since like before that stream, and I'm starving.
I honestly can't remember if I ate today. I'm not joking. I'm like sitting here thinking about it.
You need to eat, dude. I'm telling you.
I do.
You need some food. Like,
but I love you too.
Did I eat?
I love you.
Now she's gonna be thinking about that for like 30 minutes. Did I eat? But did I eat? But did
I?
I ate, right?
Sleepy Josh,
No.
I love you. Thanks for coming on to let me vent with you, and thanks for all your work today on the streams. I'm sorry you had to see a penis.
Not the first dick I've seen, Misty.
Yeah, like.
Okay, love you. Bye, Sleepy.
Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Bye, Sleepy.
Oh goodness. And yes, A1 and A2, I do get migraines. Not often. Mine are not very often. I get maybe like every 4 months or so, I get a really bad one. Normally mine are they're bad. It'll be like bad enough I have to like go hang out in a dark room and just chill for a little bit, but I wouldn't call them, maybe that's a migraine. I don't know. I don't know. I get regular. I've gotten regular headaches pretty much all my life. Nobody can really figure out why. I do have pretty severe TMJ, which I think causes some of them.
You too, huh?
Yeah, especially on the right side. It's terrible. I grind my teeth really bad in my sleep. It's bad. So that's part of it, I think. Also, I just think stress, I'm not the only one who suffers with headaches. It just is what it is. Yeah. Oy, oy, oy. What a day. What a day. What a day.
Well,
I still can't believe that happened.
Dude, like I watched it. I saw it happen, and I'm still like, dude,
it was right in front of me. Right there. Like I could have reached out and touched him. Maybe not. Like I probably would have taken a couple steps, but he was very, like, seriously 3 feet, I would say. 3 to 5 feet in front of me. And
it wasn't a very big space to begin with. Like,
no, I mean the DOJ, like our little corner is they have like these cement planners that go all the way around the little like unicorn horseshoe unicorn. What the fuck? There's like a horseshoe of cement planners, so it kind of like boxes you in when you're in like the area where we have the speakers. And then there was the tent beside me here, and then there were the guys standing behind me here, and
anyone near that person, like John or others who were like on top of that guy, like could have gotten severely injured.
Yes.
Like that
Yeah.
entire space could have been like that guy starts running around on fire. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you know.
And seriously, Ricky Berwick's mom, it wasn't that big of a deal though. The guy didn't have enough flu to do anything but 30. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Just that
you?
alone. Just that alone is a big deal.
What is it with the weirdos in the chat today?
That would have been the loss of a life.
What the fuck? That's a
Like,
big deal. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, not in the mood for this
Yeah.
shit today. Just not. Just not.
Well,
Yeah. Just not.
it'll
in the
get
mood.
better.
Had to break up a
You
fight.
know.
Had to see some
Pretty much.
guys
Yeah.
wiener. Had to watch
No.
a guy try to catch himself on fire. Jesus Christ. And then another
Like,
guy. Then we had another heckler talking about Assange being a rapist. It's just unbelievable. Oh, I had the custom mouthguard thing for the TMJ thing. And it didn't really help me. And it hurt. Like it honestly, it hurt worse. Because I had
yeah,
the
if
one.
you don't get them fit well, they're
Yeah, well, I went
hella
to like
weird.
the super fancy TMJ specialist. They fit me for these things, but there was like the one on the bottom, and then there was the one on the top, and it had a like a piece sticking up that would keep your jaw from sliding backwards, and it just made my teeth
Yeah.
hurt really bad because it would like push up against my teeth, and then I'd wake up in the morning, my teeth would fucking hurt, like I couldn't chew. It was terrible, and I just gave up on it. I just could not. I could not. Ugh, so ridiculous. Is Where Pilgrim
Yeah, it was
here?
a crazy
I didn't see
day.
Where.
I think I saw him a minute ago. Yeah, he's there.
I didn't see
Jamon's
Where.
here.
I'm trying to watch the chat, but I'm
Gamer.
also trying to ignore the dumbasses
Chat.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Just don't have
Um,
patience. Oh goodness. No shit, he didn't
Yeah.
have a bomb. Did anybody say that he did? No.
No.
My
I'm like,
God.
also, have you seen what half a liter of lighter fluid is capable of doing?
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Mhm.
Like for a space like that, a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
My favorite color is green. That's what my favorite color is.
Sabby Sabs in the chat. Naked guy
Sabby!
on fire? Like
Almost.
kind of, almost.
Dude, Sabby, what the fuck? I have said that so many times. What the fuck? Sabby, what the fuck?
They're in stream, Sabby, if you want to go back and find it. I think Courtney grabbed video of it as well.
A bunch of people started filming it on their phone, so I'm sure it's probably on Twitter or whatever.
Oh,
at
it's
this
up.
point, but
I
yeah.
almost don't want to post it or like show anyone or like I could have clipped that whole segment out, put it like I'm like I don't want to give that guy any
Yeah, I
like
don't know how I feel about it because we were trying to figure out what do we do with this? Like how do we respond? How do we even address it? Like what do we do? I've never been in this position before. So I don't know. Like, do we talk? Because I don't want to give him attention. Obviously that's not good. I also think that I can't avoid it. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. And it sucks because, I mean, that's probably going to be the only thing that's talked about from the rally today, despite the fact that we had some amazing speakers who gave great speeches and it was a great day overall. I mean, depressed turnout. Yes, we knew that was going to happen going in. But still just a really good day overall. A very
the fact
effective
that guy didn't have anything to say. I mean, it definitely
Right?
leads me to believe like
infiltration.
if
it's
you didn't
I'm telling
if you were brought so like if Assange was what you were there for and you were willing to do this for Assange, you have a statement.
Yeah. Yes. And Rob, that's the way I'm leaning. Rob said, assume it was planned interference, Misty. I can't help but think that yes. You know what I mean? I cannot help but think, and I'm not somebody who, you know this, Reef. I don't big up myself at all ever. But it's hard for me to imagine that it's not planned interference. I don't know. It was very strange. The whole thing was very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it play out live in real time. I was paying attention for when that all happened. I was not paying attention for the start of the fight. But I was standing right there and paying attention when that guy walked up and I saw the entire thing start to finish. and I still have no idea what the fuck is going on. I really do not. Nobody's acting like it was a murder scene. Jesus, you abs. Another chode. What is it with the chodes today?
Same one.
Nobody's
same
acting
ones.
like it was. Yes. Yeah. No. And probably together.
Yeah.
Just such losers. God. Let's go troll the chat.
Right.
Yeah. Savvy. Oh, Savvy doesn't even know what happened. Is that what I'm getting?
Possibly.
Yeah, there was definitely penis.
Yeah,
There was
that definitely
penis.
was. Yep.
Yes. 100%. Yes. Yeah, that's. I mean, that I was stunned into like just standing there. He had a tattoo, Fred, and in fact, he had this. You know, you go get a tattoo and you get Saran wrapped around it. If you have tattoos, you know what I'm talking about. And as he came up there, stripped his shirt off, and then like ripped his saran. So it's fresh. Like with the saran wrap was still on the ground as they were talking to him, as the cops were over there talking to him. Like it had fresh blood on it and everything. So it was like
it looked fresh. It looked like he just got it.
Yes, it was a fresh tattoo. Like this dude just left the tattoo parlor and came.
Like it was almost marker black. Like it was. You know,
and see, that's what people were like, was it a real tattoo? And I think honestly it was, because the saran wrap that he ripped off of his chest literally it was laying on the ground. It literally had blood on it. So I mean, it seems to me like it was.
He could have got it that day, like
maybe. Well, like if you've gotten a tattoo before, you know that it's like 2 or 3 days where you bleed and it's, you know, kind of gross and whatever. So
you gotta
I would
lotion
say
it up and
if it was a real tattoo, which I'm not saying it was or it wasn't, I'm not positive, but I would say it was no more than like 2 days old. So, and there was blood on that saran wrap, so I've got to say that it's real, because why would there be blood if it wasn't? I don't know. I don't know. Crazy,
I don't either.
dude. Crazy. And yes, free Leonard Peltier too. Yes. Pardon Trump. Fuck
Mumia,
Trump. Fuck Trump.
All the other like journalists and activists that are locked up.
Well, at the start of the event, massive. I made sure, you know, we do the numbers on the vigils. I made sure to do the numbers for Leonard Peltier, Mumia, and Daniel Hale. I was going to do more, but I didn't want to take up too much time going through the whole bunch of, you know, ridiculous amounts of people who are wrongfully imprisoned or political prisoners or whatever. So I just chose 3 that were, it is on Twitter. Okay. He was definitely naked, Savvy. He was definitely naked. Yes. 100%.
Like who saw that and thought he wasn't? That's the thing. Like, you know, it was very clearly
he was definitely naked.
I love the dichotomy though of like Kiriakou in like a 3-piece suit with a vest.
Yeah.
Like almost as much clothes as you could have on. Deal with the naked guy. Like,
and just completely unrelated, but John Kiriakou, and no, people are gonna be like, oh, she's got a crush on John Kiriakou, like they do about me and Assange. John Kiriakou looks fantastic. He lost a bunch of weight. He looks amazing. He looks really happy and healthy. That's always good to see. I love John Kiriakou. I think he's amazing. I think he's unbelievably courageous, very well spoken. I love his show, Political Misfits. Highly recommend it. It's on Sputnik. If you want to check it out, you should check it out. And he's also an amazing speaker, and he's very cool about like our little event today. John Kiriakou showed up for that. You know what I mean? Tiny little thing, tiny little event. John Kiriakou showed up for that. And those are the people that I really appreciate, because I know I can count on John Kiriakou. If we're having an event, he will show up. If he's in town,
regardless of how many people are going to be there, regardless
people,
of like,
if it's 1,000 people, he doesn't care. He will show up. And I really love people like that. So yeah. John Kiriakou telling off a naked guy with a lighter was not on my bingo card. Mine either. It was definitely not on my bingo card. Not even a little bit. I hope he got paid a lot, Rob. I hope, honestly, I hope it was planned interference and not, because if it was legit, if this guy was legit, then he is obviously very unwell. And I hope he gets whatever help that he needs. They did take him for a mental health evaluation. I just really hope that if it was legit that he gets help, because that's crazy. Like, that's just, I'll get in trouble for saying it's crazy. Oh, you're ableist. No, it's crazy. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I mean,
It
we
is
could
nuts.
be more detailed and talk about what kind of nuts, but yes, that's
Yeah.
harm to himself and others in the
Yeah.
classic Baker Act language. That's, so
Yeah, because
yes.
the cops were like, well, did he threaten anybody? Dude, we're all standing around. He's got lighter fluid in the
Around
lighter. I'd say that's a threat. Yeah, that's a threat.
it, at
Oh,
least to himself,
and to everyone, I
so
mean, there were people super close. I was super close to this guy. You know what I mean? Also, I want to give a shout out to Patrick, who was our sound guy. I'm not positive of his last name because you guys know I suck at names. But he did our sound. He's a local DC activist. He does a lot of sound stuff for like Lucy Murphy, who's the amazing singer that we had. She does the Black Workers chorus. But he was fantastic. And when the fight between Ian and that dude broke out, the cop came over and was trying to get involved, and Patrick got in between the cop. Because listen, I don't like the guy that got in Ian's face, but I also don't want the cops involved. And so Patrick got in between the cop and that guy to make sure that the cop didn't fuck with him. And so shout out to Patrick for taking charge there and making sure that the cop didn't do anything to that guy, because that could have gone very badly as well. So yeah, John saying what the fuck is wrong with you was pretty great.
Someone called him a jackass, which is pretty funny.
I think John called him an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. And I was like, yeah, let's go, John. Yeah, it was
jackass.
Cool.
Like, I heard that too. I think that was John too.
It might have been. Joe Loria was pretty close over on that side. Yeah, that was just nuts in more ways than one. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I mean,
it doesn't matter if he was trying to hurt anyone. It doesn't matter.
Just the fact that he was hurting himself.
Yes, it's still crazy.
Like, is enough.
Yes. Oh my God, these people in the chat.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Well.
And Alex huh?
Good stuff. Other than those couple of distractions, I think it went well, honestly. You know?
It was great. Like, it was a good event. We had great weather. I think I got a little bit of a sunburn because it was very unbelievably sunny, but I was sweating like crazy. Oh,
you can watch Ithaca online. Yes, there is a way to do that.
I don't think so, actually.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'll have to check. They did have it. They had it online. I don't know, a couple months ago when they ABC Australia had it on. But then I don't know. I'll have to check it. Maybe if you can, I would check Assange Defense I think it's .org. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Because they're the ones who are doing the tour. They're the ones they organize the tour that they're doing right now. I can tell you where they're gonna be next. Because I highly recommend if you are near a showing of this to go, because they're also doing a Q&A with John and Gabriel after the film. And that's always nice to be able to hear from John and Gabriel, kind of behind the scenes stuff. And let's see, they are going to be, what's today? Okay, that's already done. Okay, so yeah, that's right. Tomorrow they're in Denver. My friend Kendra is the organizer in Denver. They did an event today, and then they have at the Alamo Draft House at 7 p.m. they have a showing of Ithaca tomorrow. And then they're going to be in Vancouver on April 15th, Tacoma on April 16th, Madison on April 10th. And I think is that all? Oh, no. Oh, they really have this.
2 more.
They really have this like awkward on the website. They're going to be in Ellensburg, Washington on April 14th. Tacoma, April 16th, Omaha, Nebraska, April 17th. And then that looks like, okay. You can go to ithaca.movie/watch-the-film if you want to watch it. I'll put the link to
watch link in chat.
The schedule and also to the film in the chat. Maybe. Let's see. Ithaca.movie /watch -the-film.
Well, you
See if
had
this works.
sign truck guy was out there. So
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I forgot to give him something. Shit.
that's you.
He'll forgive me.
Misty forgot something? Who
Right?
would have thunk?
Never happens. Never happens. Okay, so both of those links are in the chat, the schedule, and then also to watch the film. James
Great.
is our truck guy. He runs mobile billboards. Wait, is it mobile DC? Hold on, I want to give you the
Mobile
right.
billboards DC, something like
Okay,
that.
yeah. So you can go to, let me find him. DCmobileads.com is his website. He's a small business owner here in DC, and he has been with us for years. And he started off like, hey, I just own a billboard truck. He'll do billboards for whoever, doesn't matter the cause or whatever. It's just his business, right? And so he started off as just doing that, like, okay, yeah, you want a billboard truck, I'll give you a billboard truck. And now he is part of the family. We love him. He comes and hangs out with us. He goes to our dinners with us after events and stuff like that. He went and got ice and bottled water for me today. Like, he's legitimately part of the family now, and I love him. So if you
Nice.
are somebody who does the activism or something in DC, please give him some business. If you want some billboard trucks, or even if you're not in DC, if you have an issue that you care about that you want to get the word out about, that's a great way to do it. In the DC area, there's tons and tons of traffic. Driving in DC is the worst. It sucks.
It's real bad.
It is really bad. It sucks. So yeah, but definitely give him some business and hype him up because he is amazing. He's so good. Let's see. The sound was good. Patrick does an amazing job. He did October as well. October was the first time we had a legit sound system, and I honestly don't know if I can ever go back. Like, it's so much better than my megaphone.
Makes a big difference.
I love my
Yeah.
megaphone, don't get me wrong, but it makes a huge difference in people's ability to hear and understand speeches, and for live streaming for people who aren't there to be able to hear and understand what's going on. And they're, again, locally based, small business owners. They do a lot of work with activists. They're great people. So that's why they do a lot of work with Lucy, Lucy is like Reverend Annie Chambers, a legitimate legend in the world of activism. So anybody that's cool with her is cool with me. So yeah, they're really, I wish I could remember his last name, or if they have like a company name or whatever, so I could hype them. I'll try to find out and then let everybody know, because I would love for everybody to give them business as well, because they're great. They do great. Great job. Yeah, Angela, there were great speakers. Definitely.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I'm just checking the chat, making sure I didn't miss anybody other than idiots.
Yeah.
There
There
was a car on the
got
corner.
abandoned.
That might have been
was
that
the car
guy's. Yeah, it was probably because he just, apparently, I didn't see him pull up or anything, but apparently he just like pulled up at the corner, no parking spot, no nothing, just pulled up, jumped out, and left, and came over to the event. So yeah, crazy. It was a crazy event. I would love to hear your thoughts about getting offline and focusing on Ohio. Lots of people there. It's kind of a waste of money. I don't fly. I drive. Have you not been listening this whole time?
No.
I drive 6.5 hours every single time each way, 13 hours total. Yeah. And
You're going to drive back?
It is. Yes. I spend a lot of money on gas. Mm-hmm. We've already gone over this. It's a lot of money. I'm out a lot of money out of pocket. Yes. 100%.
Yep.
That's what this whole conversation has been about. And yes, we've gotten Airbnbs. This time I'm in a hotel room. Again,
is it where pizza won't deliver because it's too dangerous? No. Or okay.
I did billboards. Jesus Christ. Yes, I did billboards here in Ohio, actually. They were very successful. We had a great company that did a really good job and gave us a great deal. I would like to do those again, maybe around like college football season. I wanted to do that last year and I just got distracted and didn't get around to it with all the dying. I would love to do billboards again. Yeah, I did that.
Yep.
It's a lot of money that could go to Ohio. Yeah, we did that. That's the whole conversation we just had. I would love to be able to do more stuff locally, but I was honestly just trying to build up DC because that's kind of ground zero. So we were trying to get that going. They do. I will say this: the DC group does a great job. They do twice monthly vigils at Merrick Garland's house, and they've been doing those. My friend Paula started those on her own. God, probably a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And the DC group picked up those and started doing those. So they're doing twice monthly. They just go hang out outside Merrick Garland's house, and which is good. He's the guy.
Yeah.
Right? He's the guy. And he's there sometimes. Like he'll walk outside or his family will walk outside. It's not like we're respectful. We don't yell at them or any of that stuff. It's, just making our presence known.
Yeah.
So those are cool, but yeah.
And I wish people scrutinize the powerful half as much as they do activists on YouTube channels. That would be great.
Right? Like this guy, like stop wasting money. Really?
Yeah. Misty, stop wasting money on Assange. Stop wasting money. Like they tried to they threw an auditor at IN, like we're gonna audit INN. Like, okay,
I remember that.
Our 50 cents is going a real long way. Who knows?
Right? What happened to that guy? Like I told you, Reef, I did YouTube shows constantly for 4 fucking years. Didn't ask for a penny. I was very upfront about it. I don't need the money. I'm not asking for your money. I am doing this because it's fun. I like talking to people and I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to get information out, trying to educate myself as well. That's all I'm doing this for. Never had a Patreon, never, none of that stuff. The only money I ever take is to do actions. That's it. It's always been the case. And I still get called a grifter regularly.
Yeah.
I'm the worst grifter ever. What the fuck? Really?
I know. And you can see, it's not like that we can't see how easy it is to do so either. Like, all I could do is call out Joy Bayer for 3 days a week, and I do great. But, I don't. We don't. We do the work. We get nothing for it. And then you guys want to criticize the people doing the work.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck.
The big Assange machine funding.
Right, like.
Danny, that's funny.
people have better weed than I do, is all I can say. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, you should get some rest before fucking we got to deal with some more crazy shit.
I'm so wired now. You know what I mean? It's been. I know I'm gonna crash soon.
Yeah.
Like the adrenaline's gonna come down and I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna crash hard, which is good because I really do. I haven't slept in I can't remember how long. Probably at least 2 weeks. More than a few hours, just trying to, because we were so far behind on this damn thing, and just trying to catch up. And then I felt bad because I was sick, and that's why we were behind. Misty's Grift Academy. I should start one. Y'all will be poor as fuck.
Yeah.
I suck at grifting. I suck at fundraising, y'all. I went on Jimmy Dore and did not mention my fundraiser. Huge platform.
Isn't that wild?
Ugh.
That's like ADHD meds, the most addictive substance in the world. I forget to take them. How does that work?
No, we all ADHD, we all do that. I have learned because I've talked to a lot of ADHDers, and we I'll stand in front of my medicine and I'll be like, did I take this?
Did I do that? I swear I just took this.
If I don't,
what if I didn't take this?
Bad, but if I double,
and if I take it again, that's way worse.
Yeah.
So then you just don't end up taking it, and you're like, man, I suck today. Yes, it's because you didn't do what you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, I know.
And then everyone else is like, you gotta stop taking meds. It's like, shut up.
I did stop
Like,
taking my meds, and that's why I'm all fucking over the place all the time right now, because I was truly just
Yeah.
trying to get off all my big pharma shit. But I've been trying really hard to just stay off of them, but it's hard. Like it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
like
it
doing
just
organizing
makes
and
every
stuff
normal task hard,
so much harder.
incredibly difficult.
Yes, 100%.
So
And A1 and A2, I know that getting sleep is good for preventing migraines. Tell that to my brain, because my brain does
Yeah.
not like to sleep
Yeah,
very
it's-
much at all.
God, I wish people
At all.
understood.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
they
oh
don't.
yeah, I went to bed at 3 a.m. It's now 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. And Hugh,
Yeah.
really?
well, yeah, we've
what are you
given.
talking about? You're okay with people
Like-
talking about drama as long as they have clout? No. Oh, this is about Jimmy.
Oh
uh,
yeah,
Jimmy,
we knew that was coming.
Of course, they can't help themselves, right? Jimmy
mean,
Dore.
Please tell me what clout actually is,
Jimmy
and
Dore
how
has
anyone
clout because
chases it.
he has famous. He's famous.
It's
I
secret,
think.
imaginary internet points that people have given
Yes.
to other people.
Yeah,
It's
that make
it's
no
you could
difference
say
whatsoever.
fame, whatever.
Yeah.
None of us are
Yeah.
chasing that either.
No,
Like,
no. In fact, I have regularly tried to avoid it. And no, your name is not Hugh. Your name's not Hugh. Quit playing.
Yeah.
Just come out and say who you really are, and just be upfront with your bullshit. It's fine. Hiding behind some fake
Yeah.
ass name and some fake ass picture, some weak ass shit. Reef is totally clout chasing.
INN as a whole is clout chasing. This is new to me.
100%. You're like the worst
Yeah.
clout chasers ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what
Like-
people's beef is with Jimmy. I genuinely do not. Jimmy is I would classify him as a friend of mine. I think he's a very do I always agree with him? No. Do
Pothead
I
comedian in his basement,
Yeah.
like, who really
He's a
has
nice guy.
zero power.
Yeah.
Like,
He has influence for sure, but he really has zero
yeah,
power.
barely.
But I know Jimmy a little bit. Like, for example, I don't know if he would be okay with me. I'm going to tell it anyways because he is a nice guy. I tweeted about I get headaches, right? I tweeted about the fact that I
Yep.
get really bad headaches, and I had a really bad one in my neck. He texted me and asked for my address. I sent him my address, and a couple days later, I got a really cool neck massager thingy that he sent to me because he said it helps with his headaches. That's the kind of guy that he is. Like, he just randomly saw a tweet
Yep.
of mine that I had a headache, and he was like, "Hey, this thing helps me. I'm going to send it to her." I didn't ask him to. He didn't need to do it. And in fact, he was like, "You don't have to talk about this publicly." He didn't want any like praise for it or anything like that. Just did it because he's a nice guy. So you can dislike Jimmy. That's fine. I don't really give a shit. I like Jimmy, and that's all there is to it. You don't have to like him. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't Twitter,
Yeah.
right, Hugh? This isn't Twitter.
Yeah.
And
You could use your real one. We know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could take a guess because there's only like 3 of you,
Yeah.
but we don't care that much. You're wasting your time more than we are.
You're entertaining
Like-
me right now, which I appreciate because I
Yeah.
like watching idiots make fools of themselves. But yes,
Yep.
no, he is a nice
So-
guy. I've seen
Yeah,
him be a nice
to-
guy. He
Yeah.
regularly donates to people. I probably shouldn't. I don't know if he'd be okay with me talking about this stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's.
But anyway,
just 'cause he
good
doesn't
work
like you.
otherwise.
Yeah, thanks.
Like, I mean, you kill it as always. So,
we did what we
and
did.
the little bit of publicity that stuff will bring is probably, you know what they say about that. Any publicity is good, supposedly.
Well,
you know.
it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Yeah, nothing you could have done about it.
No.
Like,
And
so,
Jimmy
whatever.
doesn't focus 24 hours a day on drama. Jimmy covers stories. Jimmy talks about
Yeah,
other
like-
things. Jimmy, he's the only, one of the only bigger names that talked about Russiagate who, did COVID. He was
COVID,
initially wrong on
Assange.
COVID.
Ukraine talked about
yeah.
East Palestine people recently, had them on.
Yes.
Dude puts in the work far more than people trolling on
Dude,
YouTube
I
streams.
talk about drama sometimes. I'm not saying you can't
Yeah.
talk about drama. I'm
It
talking
shows
about the
up at our
people-
door. You have to.
Yes.
At every job, you have to.
I'm not talking
Like-
about just talking about drama. Everybody talks about drama on occasion. I'm talking about the people who do 3-hour shows, nothing but drama.
Only.
That's it.
Today,
That's,
there was 2 big channels that got into a fight today, dwarfed everything about everything else.
Oh, I didn't see it because I
know.
was busy, but
Yeah,
Are you
you were
kidding? What
busy.
stories does he cover? What stories does he get? Russiagate, Syria, COVID, Assange, East Palestine. I mean, I could continue. China, I could
Yeah.
continue. He covers lots of stories. And
Africa.
just because you don't like him and you're lying,
French
you're,
protests,
yes.
strikes.
Yeah, we have a crush on Jimmy Dore. It's always that,
Yeah,
right? It's
I
always gotta be
definitely
a
do.
crush.
You
Yeah.
know, he just has that
Yeah.
nice new shirt. It's just something about it, you know.
He does have nice, and the nice.
Like-
He used to do. He doesn't wear hats as much anymore. He used to have a bunch of fancy news hats. Those were nice.
Right.
Yeah. Totally.
So,
All right.
Anyway,
I guess I should get off here.
I
and
gotta
go
get
to
some
bed.
stories for tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
It's been
if you want me
nice,
to come
though.
on, if you want me to come on and talk about Wiener Boy, let me know.
I know you don't want to, which is the thing as well. Like,
yeah.
I know you'd rather
sure I'm
just
gonna get
ignore that.
I'm gonna get.
You're
a lot
gonna
of
go
requests.
everywhere. I
I'm gonna get a lot
know.
of requests. And I'm good. You know what sucks is that I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it because that means
You're gonna
I get
do
to
it
talk about
anyway.
Assange. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Anyway, love you so much, fam. Thank you
I
for
love
doing
you
what you're
too.
doing.
Yeah.
You know. So,
All right.
but
Get out of here, Reef. I'm gonna close up and give some
right,
last minute
fam.
links and shit. I love you. Thanks for coming
Do
on and
it
letting
up.
me rant and vent.
Anytime.
I needed it.
Anytime.
Love you, dude.
Peace.
All right, guys. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I have stuff that I need to. What the fuck was I going to tell you guys? Oh, okay. Ithaca, yes, for sure. If you're in an area that's doing a showing, go to it. Check out the Q&A. They're really cool. Also, see if you can. I don't know how the online watching it. I haven't checked it out online yet, but definitely check that out. The film is great. It's honestly a very unique perspective. I think we obviously over the past 4 years, Assange's humanity has been stripped away from him. They've kind of disappeared him from public consciousness. They've made it impossible for any pictures or video to get out of him. So people have kind of forgot that he's human. He's a guy and he has a family, and they're trying to save his life. So it does give like a really interesting behind the scenes look at all that stuff. Let's see what else. I feel like I had other stuff I needed to tell you. Maybe not. That might be pretty good. It's been a crazy day, obviously. So I don't know. I'll probably do another vigil in a couple weeks or something just to update on bullshit that's going on. The case is in a very interesting place right now. We're still waiting for the ruling, I guess, on the perfected grounds for appeal. For people who don't know, perfected grounds for appeal is just the kind of a Hail Mary pass. The initial request for appeal was already rejected. So what this means is basically the defense team has just kind of repackaged their argument and sent it back to the court as like you're sure you don't want to hear this appeal? It's almost certainly going to get rejected because that's how this works. I think they're just trying to drag it out for as long as they can. And Pasta, is that you or is it Fee? I'm guessing Pasta. I saw that you called me. I'm sorry, I was we were live. We just went live, so I didn't answer it. I should have answered live. I'm okay. I'm good. It's a fucking crazy day. What was I just talking about? So the perfected grounds for appeal, we're waiting for that. If it's denied, he could be extradited at any time. So we definitely need an increase in pressure. The Rashida Tlaib letter is an interesting development. I don't think it's going to go I don't think politicians are worth anything whatsoever. So I don't put any stock in it or think it's going to move the needle really any. But I do think that we can use it as a way to mainstream support, because now we have the big five media outlets that came out in support of Julian Assange: the New York Times, the Guardian, Der Spiegel, El País, and who am I forgetting? Le Monde. Those were the big 5 publishing partners of the leaks that Assange is being prosecuted for. And they came out with a, I hesitate to call it a letter of support because it's not really a letter of support. They regurgitated a bunch of smears in that letter. And the letter kind of sucked, but it does kind of mainstream support. So I think we can also use the Rashida Tlaib letter in the same way and just use it as a way to garner some more mainstream support, which we've started to see is really starting to pick up. So support is growing for Assange, obviously, which is good. And no, they have not always defended him. No. That's so funny. Absolutely not. In fact, they have done everything in their power to help propagate the smears against him, and especially the Guardian. They are garbage. Yeah, so they definitely have not supported him. That's ridiculous. Yes, once they drag it out and exercise all domestic means, the legal team will try to lodge a case with the European Court. Yeah, so that's the next step, is potentially going to the European Court of Human Rights. I don't know that that's going to make any difference either. The idea is they just want to keep dragging this out for as long as humanly possible. So that's where we're at. It's unfortunate. Sorry, I just got a text from my boss. Let's see. I think that's all I have. So yeah, the case is in a weird spot. We need lots of pressure. But again, I don't even fucking know if I want to do this anymore. I'm so stressed out. It's ridiculous. I mean, you guys know I'm not going to not do it, but you know, I'm still exhausted. Anybody else in the chat? Great work today. I don't know about that. It was work. Great work? I don't know. Not my finest hour. It was very last. I felt so bad. We were so last minute, you guys. I know I shouldn't feel bad. I was sick, but I do feel bad because I felt like we were scrambling last minute. And I hate that. I like to be ready. I like to be organized. I like to know the order of speakers and all of that stuff. It's just not, it's not how it was this time around. Dingo! Hi, Dingo! I miss the chat, y'all. I do miss the chat. Oh my God, Hugh. They didn't publish this stuff before. Some of it they did because they got it from Cryptome, but they published it because it was news. It was a story. They wanted to publish it because that's what they do. And this was before everybody hated Assange. And as soon as the tide turned, they took every opportunity to throw him under the bus, especially the Guardian. Oh my God, I hate the Guardian so much. In particular, Luke Harding. Terrible human being. Jesus, what a horrible person. Never feel uselessly guilty. Easier said than done, Rob. Yeah, I really miss the chat, y'all. It's been a long time since I've done a show. I guess the TNT has a chat, but I don't know how the fuck to work it. Oh, Lady Alex is here. Hi. See, these are people I haven't seen in ages. I miss you guys. Okay. I don't think I have anything else. If you guys have questions, yes, it's me. We're done though. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I think I'm starting to come down off the adrenaline of the craziness of today. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know what happened from me. I know there was a lot of stuff going on Twitter. There's a lot of talk and rumors and people not knowing what happened. My friend Alex, because the camera panned away, she thought he was just a streaker. Go eat and drink water. Yes, Mom. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I would have saved you today. Wait, who are you? Infrared, were you there? Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go get some sleep. It is long overdue. I didn't sleep at all last night. I'm very tired. I don't drink coffee anyway. Yuck. Sugar-free Red Bull for the win. And I have to wake up super early because I have to get home before my kids get out of school because I have to pick them up. So I got to be on the road probably by like 7, maybe. What is that? 4, 5. Yeah, probably by about 7. So I definitely need to get to bed for sure. That's why yeah, I definitely see now I'm just tired, worn out. We had that in the studio for you. Oh yeah, you did. You totally did. I forgot about that. When I went to Vegas, Pasta had sugar-free Red Bull ready for me. That was so nice. The idea that people like see, that's why we love Pasta. He's very thoughtful. He remembered what I drink and he made sure that he had some on hand when I came into the studio for them. That was nice. I love thoughtful people like that who remember things, little things about you, and make sure that they accommodate you or whatever it is. So yuck, he says though. It's delicious. When my kids were very young, I used to call it survival in a can. Kids wear me out, dude. My kids were ridiculous. Having a couple of toddlers running around. Well, it's nuts. Okay. I don't know when I'm going to be back on YouTube because I don't really do YouTube anymore. I guess if you guys want to listen to my radio show, it's on Monday through Friday from 11 p.m. till midnight on TNT Radio. TNT Radio is cool. They have a very, very diverse group of presenters, which is cool. I think that's nice. And there's no censorship, which obviously I love. So I'm allowed to talk about whatever the fuck I want. I mean, there's censorship in that we have to try to kind of watch language. Like, it's okay if an F-bomb flies or whatever. But for example, last year, Matt Werfler came on my show and I think he said fuck like 982 times probably, which was crazy. And so, yeah, that's not okay. But they're pretty chill about it mostly. And I like working there. It's fun. It's easy. I mean, it's not easy, but it's easier than 3 hours for sure. The 1 hour is good. I like that. I could probably do 2. 3, I think, is too much. All right. I think I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out with me, letting me vent, letting me rant. It's been a fucking crazy day. I just needed to talk about it, I guess, process it. I talked to my husband a little bit, but he was dealing with kids, so they're probably in bed by now. So, oh yeah, they're in bed by now. So I'll probably call him once I get off here. And yeah, I'll have a drive back to Ohio tomorrow, and then I'll be on Twitter, obviously, and we'll move on to the next thing. Who's Kevin? Oh, you mean Kevin Gostola? I tried to get Kevin to come on my show, but my time slot sucks balls. It's so late. I'm old. It's late. Yeah, he has a new book out. Everybody should check out Kevin Gostola's book on Assange, Stefania Maruzzi's book on Assange, and Professor Nils Melzer's book on Assange. Those are 3 really great reads for Assange. And yes, Erica, I would love to get Kevin on my show. He's just, obviously, because the book's out, he's been traveling a lot, doing a lot of interviews. He's all over the place. So, and my time slot sucks. 11 p.m. is late for a lot of people. It's late for me. I hate it. We're still working on trying to get me a better time slot, but yeah, I'll poke him. I'll reach out to him again and see if he can make some time here coming up soon. I'm sure it's starting to calm down a little bit for him. We tried to get him to come to the event today, but he's somewhere, or he's just getting back from somewhere or something like that. So, yeah, he's pretty cool about coming out. He came out in October. So yeah, Kevin's book is very good. Okay. I'm going to go. I'm so tired. Like the adrenaline is definitely wearing off and I'm now exhausted. So thanks for letting me vent. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm sorry that you had to see some penis today. If you were watching the stream, that was definitely something, not something I've ever experienced before. So, I mean, I've seen a penis before, but you know what I mean? Definitely an interesting day. Okay. I'm going to bed. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you next time. Bye.